Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're having a look at the devblog for the F-16A, which is of course the new Rank 8 vehicle which is coming in for America. But not just America, it's also coming in for Israel and also China in various different forms. The F-16 has been a long-awaited vehicle for many, including myself, just because I wanted to see how well it would do in the game. And another thing that's happening is the sneak peek streams are happening in about an hour or so, so make sure to come over to the Twitch channel so we can have a look at them together. The F-16A is one of those that I feel like is a vehicle that many have been looking forward to, along with other vehicles that have come out this year, especially stuff like the F-14. And as always, it will bring in a new era of War Thunder, along with some other vehicles at the highest echelons of the game. Let's get into the history of this vehicle. Two projects from Northrop and General Dynamics reached the final of the LWF, the Lightweight Fighter Competition, to create a new light fighter for the US Air Force. In January of 1975, the winner of the competition was the YF-16, developed by General Dynamics. Intense testing continued after the launch of the F-16A fighter into series and was completed only in 1978. The new generation fighter was designed for Mach 2 speeds and was able to perform maneuvers at 9G overloads, which was even higher than the requirements declared in the competition. The F-16A took a full-scale baptism of fire in service with the Israeli Air Force over Lebanon in the early 80s. The jet fighters were also used against ground targets during Operation Desert Storm. Consistently improving, the F-16A fighters are being produced and modernized to this day. In addition to the United States, a number of foreign countries have become operators of the F-16A fighting Falcon fighters, including Belgium, Israel, Pakistan, Italy, Indonesia, and others. Fighters are both produced domestically and also under license. So with the F-16 coming in, it is not just a new top-tier vehicle for America, it is also going to be here for Israel and China in different variations. And of course, one of the key things about this is not just its weaponry that it has on board, it is also the simple fact that this vehicle is going to be so much more maneuverable than everything we've seen before. It also will be insanely fast. This thing will have nuts acceleration. And many people have asked me, where do I think it's going to be in the tech tree? My guess is after the F5E, since they kind of follow similar roles in general when it comes to the vehicles and how they're set out. Being able to pull as hard as you can in stuff like this, especially with how the extreme overload stuff works in War Thunder, is going to be nuts in a fighter like this. And also with the weaponry that it has, this is going to be an absolute barnstormer. It has access to, of course, countermeasures as well, and I'm sure some internal systems like RWRs and stuff like that. But the main thing the article focuses on is, of course, its armaments. The AIM-9L is mentioned, which is not too much of a surprise because we saw it on the sneak peek trailer. The main thing is, though, it can carry 6 of these AIM-9Ls. I don't think there's a single vehicle in game right now which can carry 6 AIM-9Ls. I think 4 is the most so far. And since they are the all-aspect ones with a long burn time, these are going to be great for setting up kills and also great in head-on engagements where you're trying to force dogfights. It also can carry a ton of other suspended weaponry, including 19 500-pound bombs. It has a ballistic computer as well to go along with them. Also unguided rockets and incendiary bombs it will be able to bring out. The GBU-8s, it can carry 4 of them. They're 2,000-pound bombs. And also Mavericks, AGM-65Bs specifically. So this thing is not just going to be good in an air sense, it is also going to be good in a ground sense, because of course the F-16 is a multi-role aircraft. There's not really much it can't do, which is why a lot of people have been looking forward to it. It does also have a gun on it, so you don't have to, worry. I believe it's got a 20mm, just like a lot of the other American planes, so it'll be able to gun down whatever it finds. But this really is a new echelon for War Thunder, and bringing along not just the F-16, but the MiG-29, and also some other crazy machines. It does mean a crazy step for the game. And I'm sure many have been looking forward to it. Many people have always talked about when more modern jets are going to come in and how they feel about it and what they're looking for. Well, here is one of them. You know, it's an 80s vehicle. Eventually, we'll get to the higher echelons of the American Air Force. We already have 2000s era aircraft in the game in the form of some of the Chinese ones, and America will come barnstorming into it as well with some absolutely nuts vehicles. This is one of the first steps of many, just like the F-14 was, into what would be classed as the modern age, and it'll be interesting to see how War Thunder deals with it, because this thing really will annihilate pretty much anything that's below it, and it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with BRs, how they deal with decompression, and how in general they deal with that whole situation. Because if they don't, then there's going to be a real problem with a lot of fighters, especially if they don't have stuff like countermeasures stock and, you know, decent missile stock. Stuff like F-16s will have every advantage. Better missiles, you know, probably more countermeasures, more maneuverability, more speed. There will be nothing you'll be able to do against a vehicle like this. So hopefully they readjust some stock vehicles, but my guess is they probably won't. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.